Welcome, Collective, to Timeless Energy. I'm Barbara. This is entertainment purpose only, and if it does not resonate, please do not try to make it fit. Okay, watch out for scammers in the comment section. This is my disclaimer. It is not me. Okay, I do thank you for liking and subscribing. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and press the like and subscribe. I need all of the support in that way that I can get. And also for your donations. Now, I had some difficulty with one of my emails. The email for donations is in the description box. It starts with the word harmony. Okay? I also have just added Cash App, which is the better option. I think more people are used to using that. So you also have two ways now for any support in that way. If you like the content of my video or you appreciate the messages, by all means, they are welcome. Okay. Now, today, I'm going to have to fall back on Citadel because I didn't pull any Oracle cards except for the one I had out in my last read. Kind of moving things around. Everybody knows that. We're going to be using the A.E. Waite Tarot. Okay. One of my originals in the Standard Rider-Waite. And we're going to be backing that up with my favorite. Oops. Let me adjust the camera. Cats Rule the Earth Tarot. Absolutely the best. Now, with the Cats Rule, I will be reading the book. Because I didn't pull an oracle out before I turned the camera on. And they're out of reach. So, any clarifying at the end, I'm going to use Citadel. Citadel. Oops. There we go. Sorry. Citadel. There we go. Which actually is really good anyways. But I should be moving things around. I'm trying to integrate like a number of different types of decks so that I'm not doing the same thing all of the time. And I do appreciate your support and your patience now that I am back. Okay. Anybody who's been with me before knows that I only do 3 cards. Then I do 3 cards on top of that. Okay, so we're going to, right now, and these are stiff. That's probably because one of them is a new deck. Okay. Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. We need 3 cards for the Timeless Energy message today. We got the Ace of Wands. That's the first card, and let me adjust. There, adjust. Okay, we got the Ace of Wands. Okay, 2 more cards for the Timeless Energy for today's message. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. 2 more cards for today's Timeless Energy message today. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. I got the 7 of Cups in reverse. Okay, 1 more card for today's Timeless Energy message for today. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. 1 more card for today's Timeless Energy message for today's Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. And we got the Tower card. Okay. Alright. Now, you might be familiar with the fact that I like to actually point out the chakra energy. Or the, and what we have here, the Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Tower are both the crown chakra. The one in the center here is the solar plexus chakra. And I will go into a little more of their definitions as I go through each card so that we can get an accurate, clear message from what we have pulled for today. Starting with the Ace of Wands, and this is what, new beginnings, fresh start. Okay, straight off the gate, the Ace of Wands is the energy of Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. All three. I didn't have a comfort level with the cards that had all three like that, because when I first started, it was kind of hard to understand. But at that point, I hadn't reached the understanding that this is truly energy. The Ace of Wands being connected to Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries energy does not mean that you're dealing with Leos, Sagittarius, or Aries. And those are fire signs. You could be dealing with a fire sign if you're dealing with a person, or you could be a fire sign. But if we're dealing with energy, we just need to keep in mind that all of these are fire signs. Ace of Wands is connected to fire sign energy. Was getting in a little bit involved there. Probably more technical than I really like a comfort level with. But the Ace of Wands is new beginning. Burning with desire. You're all excited. I can relate to this. When you run across something that really sounds like a new project, usually. Well, with the Ace of Wands, it would be a new beginning, a new project. You can get all worked up and excited about, like, doing something. It doesn't have to be something you've never done. Okay, you love to bake, but you know what? Certain things have been out of season, and somebody says to you, oh, well, you know, how about if we do, and you know what? It's sticking it in the oven, pulling it out of the oven, a collective, like, teamwork type thing, or something, and you get excited. Okay, this is a beginning, a new beginning. Does not mean you've never done it before. In some cases, it does mean you've never done it before. You've lived your whole life in one place, and suddenly it's a requirement that you must move the family, or the family must move for one reason or another. Maybe the breadwinner has to travel to another state for work, has investigated the situation, and has come back to, like, throw you all into a U-Haul, and you're one of the children. The new beginning energy is very, very exciting because it's change. And you're very, very, very excited about the change. And everything is wonderful, and everything has potential. And even in a relationship, two people that meet and just hit it off, and there's a spark. You don't know where that's going to go. So this is the new beginning, the change, the spark. Okay. Concerning something new, it usually integrates that you have an interest in it. Of course, if it's a new beginning and you're not interested in it, it's not going to be the Ace of Wands. So this definitely is a new beginning with excitement and potential and anticipation. But it really, in your case, if you're resonating, it has to be something that you have an interest in. Some enthusiasm is required here. There are many new beginnings in situations in our lifetime that we are not enthusiastic about. That is not the one I'm describing. Now, this endeavor could show a little bit of creativity. And I do need to mention that it could have to do with sexual arousal or sex drive. That is just part of the definition. That does not mean that the message has to do with that particular subject. But I wouldn't be fair to the people who listen without actually revealing that that is something that the Ace of Wands could represent. This is passionate in nature. This does have to do with desires. Okay? Personal desires are not restricted, by the way, to that particular subject. Okay? I know that a lot of people clearly have an open-minded attitude about discussing those things of personal nature. But when you're talking about potential, you're talking about passion, you're talking about desire. There are many, many things that we can define in our lives that would relate. It is all on an individual level. It has to do with your studies, it has to do with your possessions or something that you just recently got, a new car, and you're out there polishing it. Polishing off your brand new car so that you can show it off to your wife when she gets home. That would be passionate and desire right there. You are totally focusing on putting that wax, shining it up, buffing it up, and hopefully maybe she won't get mad at what you had to spend to buy it. But, seriously, you got the general idea. Oh, okay. Now, we did say that it was a crown chakra. Okay. And we did say that the tower is also a crown chakra. Now, new beginning and the crown chakra basically is adapting to changes very easily. And like I said, enthusiasm, it has potential. I'm excited. I got all revved up about it. It would be more compatible with that definition on the crown chakra that you can adapt to these changes. Or you're open to new ideas. And this has potential. And it can be exciting. With the tarot, we're talking about the excitement. It has potential. And we're not talking about whether it happens or not. Because a lot of new ideas are really exciting. And a lot of ideas really have a lot of potential. But you know what? The follow through has to be there too. The thing about it is with the crown chakra, these would be the understanding definitions of the crown chakra that I would put with the Ace of Wands. Adapting to changes easily and being very open. We might find a difference because, you know what, I'm going to check. When we get to the tower, we might find a different outlook on the crown chakra. So let's just wait and see how the rest of the cards go. Now, the Seven of Cups is the solar plexus. The Seven of Cups is ruled by Venus and Scorpio. Now, Venus is love. And the thing about it is that I would automatically, when I first started understanding that Venus was a definition and describing the energy of a card, make the wrong assumption. So let's clarify this. It is not love of beauty. It is not love of self. It is looking in the mirror and loving what you see. It is not like cut and dry like that. It can be loving what you're doing. It can be loving the person you're with. It can be loving who you are because you know who you are. It could also result to like basically the glossing over of you love the way your picture turns out. You know, you just think you're absolutely the most beautiful person in the world and there's nobody that looks better than you. You know, you could love your beauty. Okay, but love is kind of a big thing. You have with the Venus the power to attract. But in some cases, the power of attraction isn't restricted to your appearance. Sometimes the power to attract can be how you communicate. I mean, you wouldn't notice that person in the middle of the room. And you walk up, you've got your drink in your hand, he's got his drink in his hand, you strike up a conversation and you say, oh my God, this guy really is very, very intelligent and learned and on a subject that you're educated on. Attraction is in the eyes of the beholder. And it is not just basically the general appearance, okay? Now with the Scorpio energy, you know, you've got kind of a high and a low. The Scorpio energy can be secretive in some ways. Kind of like a Cancer energy, water energy. Okay? It can be vindictive. It can be highly sexed. And it could also have a lack of confidence. A Scorpio energy would remark on sudden changes in the environment. Okay. Now the thing about it is, changes in the environment. The Scorpio is the solar plexus card. Now, with the solar plexus energy, you feel confident and you feel secure. With the Scorpio energy, you are very insecure. Okay? With this new start, though, I'm looking at the solar chakra being right next to it, and even if it's the Scorpio card, which it would be, you have goals. You have goals, you feel confident and secure, and you have goals and you plan on achieving them. You plan on achieving them. The thing is, Scorpio is not all bad. The Scorpio and Venus is not all bad. Was the Seven of Cups is the understanding of like poor choices, but it could also be reality. So here you have, for example, the Ace of Wands, your new beginning. Okay? Positive, has potential, excitement, enthusiasm, the new start, you're getting into the game. It's finally come to fruition. You're all worked up about this. And then we get to the Seven of Cups, and reality kicks in. Reality kicks in. Now, with this, it might have a lack of choices, a lack of opportunities. And with this, it has a lot. And so we've got potential here. We've got new, like whatever. And here it says reality, 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 reality. All right. So you guys are the exact opposite in these two cards. Basically, like one behind the other. The main energy, I think, for the Seven of Cups, if it's following the Ace of Wands, is setting some kind of intentions and being realistic about the choices that are being made. Because, you know, a lot of things have potential, a lot of things get us excited, but you need to sit down and do a reality check. Okay? With the Seven of Cups in reverse, making the right choice. And being realistic. Now, with the Venus connected to this card, making the right choice might have to do with making choices that have to do with the things that you have a comfort level with, the things that you love, the things that you've got experience with, the things that you love. Okay? So, you know, if you're going to be sitting there and doing a reality check, you might be tossing some things off to the side because, you know, maybe you're not so great and maybe you're not so excited about those options. It would definitely be the options that you have a personal preference with, which would be the same thing as Venus, the loving of what you have a personal preference of. And that is the energy of Venus. Now with Scorpio being paired with this, you might be a little secretive about the choices that you're making or why you're making the choices that you're making. Okay, so we have a lot of potential here. We've got a new start here, and we might be really very careful about making the choices that are being made, but we're also maybe being really, really careful about like revealing those choices to everybody. Now, with the solar, like I said, with the solar plexus, with the solar. You have the willpower to change anything in your life. You have the willpower to change anything in your life. No matter how insecure the energy of this card might be, you do have the willpower to make the changes that you have a personal preference for. And the personal preferences that are being looked at here are the cups that are filled with the Venus energy. The cups that have the stuff inside that you really, really love. How you love to spend your time. Who you love to spend your time with. What you want to do and spend your time working on when it comes to generating the assets that you need to build your foundation. No matter what it is. But your plans are probably going to be a little secretive. Okay, now the Tower is in the upright. Now, this is a transformation card. The Tower is not a bad thing. Transformation does need change. And this actually basically says new potential. And of course that says change right there. Alright. But with the Tower comes a disruption. You might have to tear it down in order to build it up. So whatever foundation that you've got might need to be teared down. It might need to be torn down completely. Alright, you're going to be secretive about this because you know what? Some of the people that are currently in that foundation or around that foundation are going to get cut off, set to the side, and probably are going to lose your number in the process. Okay, so this includes letting people that you no longer want or need or want to include fall to the wayside. There might be an exception here and there, but you know what? There's different ways to handle everything. There are going to be people that are invited to your inner circle, and then there are going to be people that are in your inner circle during the first foundation who are not going to be included in when the second foundation is set up. This is a total breaking down of everything. Okay, transformation could be a change of a job. It's just change of a job. You're all excited about the new job. You're going to let bygones be bygones. Whatever happened to that last job, you've got the skills and whatever you needed from that last job. You're starting something new with a new job. So starting new means new coworkers. But the letting go of, okay, which means you're holding back, you're not holding or bringing in the connections that you had from the previous job. Maybe the work experience, but not the personal connection. So it is the breaking down of the foundation, okay? This is got to be strong and a domineering energy. And this energy is the crown chakra. It is Mars that we are dealing with. Die for the cause. And the third mention of sex drive. Now, I don't know how much energy that Venus card had, but you know what? I've got 3 cards that actually have a definition that says sex drive. Okay, so this new beginning might very, very well have to do with a relationship. And you know what? It might not be long term. I'm not saying it will be. I'm saying that we could be a new start, meaning a new start with a relationship that is including that. Okay, because we've got 3 cards here that have mentioned sex drive. But you know what? The main thing that I personally focus on is love. And with the Tower, not only the transformation, the breaking down, the fresh start. Because the transformation is the breaking down and dismantling of the old, and it is the fresh start of the new. And the Ace of Wands is the fresh start. You couldn't be more like open about this. You could be experiencing a loss of stability during this process. A change of jobs. One ended, another one's going to begin. There could be a loss of stability. Moving to another place. There's a little bit of a loss of stability there. Beginning in some place where, you know, hey, everything's not perfect. You got to unpack. Nothing. You can't find anything. You know. Okay. With severing of a friendship. We're not going to go into details about this, but this is actually something that the Tower and the breaking down and starting all over. It doesn't mean you had a fight or you like totally just told your best friend to move on. This energy here is the breaking down of the foundation, and that could mean that you're moving. And that maybe your friend is going to be a country away, or 5 states away, or like 50 miles away, and neither one of you drive. Yeah, it depends on how you look at it. So this could be the breaking down of all of your foundations, relationships, friendships, where you live, where you work, who, you know, a lot of things. And the moving and the changes can affect your stability. Okay. Now, with the Tower, we are doing the crown chakra, and you can receive guidance on the plans that you're making. I know that this here says that secretive, being secretive, hush hush, about whatever is going on, might be like really high up on your like checkoff list. That doesn't mean that you're not getting guidance from anybody. That just means that not everybody knows what your business is, which is not a bad thing. With the crown chakra, this could have to do with learning. It could have to do with having conversations where neither party takes things personally and you can like spell things out. Okay? But what I usually fall back on with the Tower card is usually a guidance card, because whatever these changes are, if it's breaking down the foundation, if it's breaking up relationships, or adding a relationship, or moving away from a friend, or letting go of a friend, or saying goodbye to a friend, this is not a death card. Clearly not a death card. But saying goodbye to a friend in other ways. Okay? You could be asking guidance. That energy of the crown chakra could be guidance. Seriously, you never know, right? You never know. I want to be open-ended with, you know, like the general idea of what all of these things are. Because the Tower can wreak havoc. And people see the Tower and they go, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You know what? It doesn't mean that things are going to work against you. It doesn't mean that at all. It can be good or bad. The breaking up of the relationship might have been the guy you really have the hots for breaking up with his fiancée and looking in your direction. How would you know? Hindsight is wonderful. And making changes that needed to be made, even though there's a little bit of fear involved, because changes do invoke fear. You do not know always what you're going to run up against, what the problems that you're going to encounter are going to be. Okay? So, hindsight is 20/20, okay? The one thing with this Tower card is it's not something that you can prepare for. And this new beginning was, in some cases you could prepare for it, but normally with the Ace of Wands, it's going something totally unexpected. So it's also something that you're not like prepared for. The thing is, there are some things in life that you can't prepare for. It's just a matter of how you look at it, how you perceive it, and how you find the solutions for whatever's sitting in front of you. The biggest part that the Tower focuses on is the foundations of whatever it is you're dealing with. You got a new job, but the company doesn't have really great foundations. They tend to let people go really, really fast. And if you listen really close to the people that have been let go, maybe they didn't always get paid. You need to look at the foundations. The relationship, oh my God, she's so beautiful. I can't believe she's checking me out. Dude, is she checking you out, or is she checking out the financial security that you can bestow on her? Because if you looked at the last 2 boyfriends that she had, she basically took them to the cleaners. And now one of them is washing cars after a full-time job just to make up for all the financial damage that she did. You need to look at the foundations. Okay, with the Tower, if the foundations are shaky or iffy, then, you know, you need to take that into consideration when you're making your choices. With that 7 of Cups. Oh, I gave you 2 good examples. I can get real colorful with that, but I could also sit here like for the rest of the day. To tell you the truth, if I wanted to make this tape go for a full hour, which most of my tapes go, I could probably talk about that one thing, the differences in foundations, shaky or solid, you know, whatever. I'll give you examples till I'm blue in the face. But it is a personal situation if you resonate with this. A very, very personal situation if you resonate with this. And only you would know if this highly potential situation, which is a great opportunity, the beginning, the new beginning, no matter what kind of beginning it is, it is a personal situation. And you have to remember setting intentions. And with the Tower, don't forget, no matter good or bad, the keynote is solid foundations. Because I'm not going to go over all that stuff right now. You know, to tell you the truth, I just said so much about that Tower, I probably couldn't remember enough of it to tell you all about what I just said. I do say that we had 3 cards here that actually did say something about sex drive. So this could be very well leaning in the direction of a relationship or an interest. I will point out that more than one of these cards could be defined under the title fantasy. So it could be someone you're looking at, but it's not realistic. It is completely and entirely in your imagination. And how you handle that is also very personal and private. But the thing about it is, if it is a fantasy that you're dwelling on, you know, hey, you're not spending money on it. Okay, you're just looking from a distance. Okay. Also, solid foundations. Okay, setting your intentions. The new start, setting your intentions, solid foundations. With the Mars being aggressive in the Tower, the sex drive and die for the cause. Okay, and 3 cards saying sex drive, I would say solid foundations. Intentions. Set your intentions. And be grounded. Now, what did I have here? I had Cat's Rule. Yes, here they are. We're going to pull some Cat's Rule. We're at 34 minutes. I'm going to pull the Cat's Rule for each one. Now I have to read the book for this, you guys. So I'm going to pull one for the Ace of Wands, and we're going to look at that first. Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. Let's clarify the Ace of Wands for me. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. Let's pull it. Clarify the Ace of Wands first. Yes. Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. And there we go. The 4 of Swords in the Cats Rule the Earth in reverse. Okay. Cats rule the earth. Four of Swords. And I have to read this because, you know, it's a little different, the cats are. And in reverse, the Four of Swords is exhaustion. If care has not been taken, a health condition could become chronic. Advice from close allies has been ignored. Concentrate on some kind of recovery. Oh my. So whatever it is that you're looking at with the Ace of Wands, whatever excited about that new beginning. Okay? The start of something new. The creation, the potential, the excitement, the meaningful experience, the passion, getting in the game. Okay. Apparently this energy has been so exciting, and I lost my page. That's alright. So exciting. I have a heart problem, okay, so I can really resonate with this, but you, the younger people in the world that do not have any physical problems might not understand this. But you know what? What you put your mind through, it affects your body. And if you get so worked up about something, yeah, it could affect your health. Utter exhaustion. Okay, you're trying to impress somebody and you're like booking. You get a new job and you were just kicking butt. You're working yourself. You're exhausting yourself. You know what? It's not going to last very long that way, is it? Okay. But this is a situation where you've ignored advice. And this here says guidance, okay, looking for guidance. But in this here, you've ignored advice. That you maybe need to slow down. You're so excited, you're so passionate, you're so worked up, okay. This all can have like a great impact on your health, but somebody has given you advice and you just totally ignored it. Okay, so let's clarify the reverse card, Seven of the Cups. I know, I have to read from the book. I know, I'm so embarrassed. You know what, to be honest with you, I am an old lady with really bad memory. I have to read a lot of definitions. It doesn't make the reading any less valuable. It is only what you're resonating with that matters. And the cards are being honestly pulled in the way that it should be. So we are clarifying the Seven of Cups, Seven of Cups, Seven of Cups. I could flash cards left and right for a complete hour and a half and completely convince you of just about anything that you want to happen just by constantly spewing out garbage. And there are a lot of people that actually do very good reads that do not spew out garbage. They're just got better memories than I do, or they have different layouts than I do, or they're more experienced than I do. But Spirit Guide me, we are clarifying the Seven of Cups. Oops, not yet. I'm waiting for an individual. I don't want a clump here because we only need one card. Okay, the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. Clarifying the Seven of Cups is the Knight of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is the reverse card. And we did mention at first, reality check, right? I think that's what I said. When I first started. I mean, I'll give it a lot of different definitions because there are a lot of different definitions for all of these cups, for all of these cards. But the Seven of Cups. Oh, the Knight of Cups. I'm sorry. The Knight of Cups, clarifying the Seven of Cups. I'm sorry, I haven't had any sleep in the last couple of days. I must miss that one. The Seven of Cups was the reality check. It was taking into the situation of what the original 3 cards were. Was the Knight of Cups is actually in the upright, though. On their chargers, tend to deliver change, and again, a card for change. The first flush of romance, and the first proof that this could possibly be romantic involvement. Even though I did 3 cards with sexual energy, okay, it could represent you or a partner, or the heady for the hell of it passion, which is short-lived, because we don't have any long-term generational anything out here. We need to make the most of our creative and emotional life, and this card could also signify a proposal or an invitation. Okay. Alright, so the reality check of the Seven of Cups in reverse. Let's deal with that first. So we've already brought up that this, with the cats, the Knight of Cups in the cat's deck, specifically saying that this is romance. Or could be. We don't know. He's hot. She's hot. Okay. Definitely saying possible invitation. So we're not talking about a job here. With the reality check, you need clarity on this. Because remember, we're all excited about the start. We are so like blindly interested in whatever it is going on. And if it's romance, trust me, if you've got children and they fall in love, you just watch how blind they get. Okay. You need clarity on this. Okay. It's not about a lack of choices or opportunities. It's about clarity. With this, you have many choices. You're a good-looking person. You have 6 or 7 people on your Rolodex that you could be spending your time and wasting your energy on. And here comes Mr. Oh my God. Why should you dump all of the people on your Rolodex and spend time with, oh my God. Okay, you take a reality check here. Take a reality check. Okay. Because according to this Knight of Cups, it is romance. It is romance, but there's no actually, the Knight of Cups actually doesn't say anything as far as long term. It basically says, heady for the hell of it passion. Word for word. From the cats. Okay? Now, it could signify an invitation. You're both attracted to each other, and this energy basically is an invitation to something, and you've been dying to go out with this particular person. Doesn't have to be a social event where all of your friends are besties, or the prom, or, anything like that. But, you know what? It could be an invitation, and you could be really excited about that. It could be long-term, which would be a proposal, but it's definitely romance. It does not signify either way. So you would have to take that as you resonate it personally. That now, and no, I don't do romance reads normally. I don't get them either. But this definitely looks like a new beginning, something you're really, really excited about, and it's definitely looking like, take a reality check. Because this actually might have to do with romance or an invitation to go out with somebody that you find very interesting. Okay. So let's clarify the Tower. Let's clarify the Tower. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. What a clarifier for the Tower card. Spirit guide me, spirit guide me. Getting too many of them. Spirit guide me, spirit guide me, spirit guide me, spirit guide me. This is tricky. Some of these cards are slicker than the others, and some of them stick out faster, and that one's got too many stuck to it. Spirit guide me. There we go. Boom. The Fool card. The Tower is clarified by the Fool card. There we go. Now remember the cat deck is different. Okay, the cat deck is different. So with the Tower, remember, this is transformation. Good or bad. Does not have to be negative. Please do not take the Tower in a negative way. This is a foundation situation. It could be bad for you, or maybe you look at it in a bad way. It could be positive for you, or maybe you look at it in a possible. But this has to do with the foundation of the situation. Remember that. That's your key word. Okay? The foundation is the Tower. Okay? And the breaking down, the ending of one, the beginning of another. So where is the Fool? Well, it's right in the beginning of the book, actually. We knew that. When the Fool appears in a tarot reading, it can signify a naive person who nonetheless has wisdom to impart, embodying both simplicity and special insight. It also points to the inner child, the dimension of yourself that rushes headlong into new experiences, undaunted by fear or negativity. The Fool can represent the beginning of a stimulating venture or new spiritual journey, and the card tells you to listen to your heart and follow your dreams. Seven of Cups is a Venus card. That has to do with the heart. However, it is not entirely a positive card. Traveling unknown territory, you cannot be sure that what you will discover. There is a risk that you will be making a mistake and come to regret your actions, but risk is what makes us live rather than merely exist. And I think I already brought that subject up. Because you know what? If it's romance that we're talking about, and the Fool card comes up to clarify that Tower. And the Tower has to do with foundation. It has to do with the ending of one situation, the beginning of another. And this has to do with the beginning of something very exciting that has a lot of potential. And it turns out that that is a romance. But the Fool card, you're jumping off a cliff. That's the most simplistic way to look at it. You really are. You might be, if it's a relationship, going all the way on a one-night stand. You might be going all the way right down that aisle, getting that wedding ring. Do you know what? You're not going to sit there and study the statistical data on divorce. You're not going to sit there and wonder how many children that you're going to be blessed with, or how many hardships they're going to go through, or how long that situation is going to last. Because you won't know. That is the Fool card. Because you don't know where it's going to lead you. But it all comes right down to the foundation. Is the foundation stable? Is the foundation... Have you taken a really good look? And I think that that is a really big part of what today's message is. Because we did, and I don't do love reads, but this definitely is something that has to do with romance. Not that I can't do it, it's just the way the cards turned out. Okay? And I don't even know if I really did this really well, because it did turn out to be romance. But you know what? Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do need to build up my subscribers. And if you liked it, God bless you. Okay, if you have a comment, I'll try very much to take into consideration, any critiques or advice that you might have. Donations are always welcome. Like I said, the Cash App is there. So if you like this, because I am just not the love card reader. I was comfort level of. But we're going to do a Citadel, and we're going to see if there's any clarity on this Fool card and this Tower, this Foundation. Because where would this lead us, Spirit? Where would this Foundation and this Fool card lead us? And we got the Astronomer. We got the Astronomer. Again, I've got to read from the book. I actually love this deck. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And I would like pick this deck every time I did a read. I seriously do like it that much. But the Astronomer in the upright says, gold instruments whir. A telescope tilts upwards, revealing galaxies impossible distances away. The planets turn, reliable and infinite, unaffected by the frantic lives of men. The Astronomer thrives in shadows, for it is the darkest night that shows the brightest of stars, where others look to books and history for knowledge. The Astronomer knows that there are greater powers at work in the world. The constellations tell them what they need to know. You're in a complex situation, and clues on how to navigate it won't come from past experiences. Now is the time to look both beyond and within for answers, and to trust in your intuition. Let go of the material needs and concerns that are holding you back. Meditate on what your gut is telling you. Others who are like-minded may be able to guide you. Be open to their perspectives, but don't be bound by them. Now, I do remember there was one card that brought up the chakra, brought up guidance. But if this is romance and this is love, the only thing that's actually really going to tell you what you need to do is what's in your heart. I will add that it said astronomy, and I actually love zodiac and astronomy and all of that. But a good insight would be, are you compatible if this is love? Again, going into, I'm an expert or something like that. But you know what? It's really simple to have a natal chart done. It's really, really easy if you met somebody that's really nice, that go out with them a couple of times, get to know them. I mean, don't ask rude questions before you go out, but, personal questions like birth date information, and ask permission to get a natal chart. Find out if you're astrologically compatible. Many people are astrologically compatible. Believe it or not, you can make friends with somebody that you're not astrologically compatible with. You can have a long friendship based on that, just based on the fact that you have the same interests. But when it comes to relationships or anything that puts a ring on it, I would definitely, since it said the Astronomer, go in that direction and see if there's a little bit of insight to whether there's some real compatibility. Include the personality types of yourself and your potential significant other. Include, of course, your personal interests. I mean, you don't want to go over analyzing it. I mean, you might offend somebody if you went in that direction too fast. But astronomers, like I said, you don't go back into your past history, your past experiences with a new relationship. Never. Past relationships and bad experiences or good experiences, you need to let go of them when you start a new relationship, period. I do not want to be compared in any way, shape, or form to your ex, no matter how good she was, especially not if she was good. I could probably handle it if she was a really piece of, work, okay? Because then I would feel like, well, at least he likes me better and I'm doing a better job. But you know what? If she was absolutely the most perfect person in the world and you did nothing but non-stop refer to her, that would not work with me. Okay, so letting the relationship thing go, past, good or bad, when you start a new one, is a must. And the thing about it is you don't have to see if you're astrologically compatible. But it basically says here in the astronomer to navigate, you need to look within. You need to trust your intuition. Okay? The astronomer is like, also natal charts, compatibilities. How compatible are you? Personality traits is part of that. But also to let go of your past experiences, because this is totally something new. You are stepping off into the dark, like the fool. Okay? There you see why I don't do love relationship tarot readings. I'm sorry. Too much information. Okay, I'll stop. And especially if you're resonating with you just met somebody you think is the totally hot babe. And I just basically gave you way more than you need to deal with, when you're getting ready for your date next week, okay? Alright, we're going to stop this here with the one Citadel card. I actually am surprised I actually got through this. I don't know what the energy of the planets are actually have in store for us, but actually, to tell you the truth, I'm not even going over again what happened in the past, but yet more of it. Totally peaceful and relaxed. Beginning the day with the car won't start. I'm not even going to go into that. Okay. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the content of this video, please press like and subscribe. If you really, really enjoyed it and you think that you resonated with it and you want to support my channel, by all means, there are 2 links in the description box for any kind of contribution that you might be able to make. Okay? I know a lot of readers say it's not important, but I have a very, very, very small channel. Please, by all means, share this. Share it with your friends. Share it wherever it is that you can possibly share it. Get me out there and help me build out my channel. Because you know what? I need all the help that I can get. Okay. This is Timeless Energy. This is Barbara. Okay. I will be breaking this down to shorts. Anybody who watches me often enough knows that I usually break down my videos, the hour-long videos, into little shorts and spatter them all over the internet. Okay? Not that anybody ever sees them. Okay, but once in a while you might see them. By all means, press like, press subscribe, and have a nice day. I'll be coming back again with another new Timeless Energy as quickly as I can.